We have mystery boosters right around the corner. There's challenger decks that are coming out. There's other product that people are focused on. People are going to be getting Secret Lair Theros Stargazing in the mail in the next few days. I have a theory of what stained glass War of the Spark Planeswalkers are going to appear in each individual Secret Lair. The video starts right now.
Special thanks to our Patreon supporters who power our channel. Check out our Patreon for monthly giveaways, exclusive content, and even a starring role in our fan fight series. Link in the description below.
Hello, and welcome to the day. Thank you for spending your time with us. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. I have a fun video planned for you today. I know that we've already talked a lot about Secret Lair Theros Stargazing on this channel, but I was kind of like sitting, I was looking at the tweet from Chris Kavartek that we talked about in the previous video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll go ahead and put it in the cards now. I'll give you the TLDR version, and that is that stained glass Narset was spoiled. It showed up in Chris Kavartek's tweet. Wizards of the Coast gave out complimentary secret layers to what looks like the competitors in Magic World Championship 26. We're going to head over to the tweet now and take a look, but before we do, I need you to go down, click like, click subscribe. It really helps out the channel as we continue to grow. Additionally, we just hit 2,000 subscribers, so we're doing a giveaway right now. We're giving away a box of Theros Beyond Death. So I'll put the giveaway video in the cards. If you're interested in that, make sure you go there, check that out. So here it is. We're talking about it again. You know, when you look at this tweet, and you can check it out, it's Chris Kavartek on Twitter. We'll go ahead and look at the tweet. That's at Kavartech, thanking Wizards for the Secret Lair. So they opened this up. This was actually on February 14th, so this was while Secret Lair was still available. Secret Lair Theros Stargazing is no longer available, so if you're watching this video and you're interested in buying that product, it is no longer on the market. You can see the questions. Do you remember which one had the Narset? And there's like no replies or anything like that. Jake and Joel Are Magic, we actually tweeted, these are awesome. Do you remember which stained glass walker came from which set? We could get a closer look at those. So anyway, let's look at the image. This kind of had me scribbling on pieces of paper. I started coming up with theories. And I will tell you, if there wasn't a way for me to deduce these 5 stained glass planeswalkers into an individual layer, if I couldn't place them, if they were just like too random, if it were like 2 mono blue planeswalkers or 3 mono red planeswalkers, I probably wouldn't be making this video right now. So make sure you stick around because I really do think that I'm onto something here. And this video may be something where we look back on it and we go, Jake, you're ridiculous. None of that was even close to correct. Or I might actually be pretty close to what they were thinking when they were deciding which pool of planeswalkers to include in which individual layer. What you need to know, there are 5 secret layers. There are 5 featured gods, okay? And each layer is divided into a shard. This is the product that is no longer available, but we can still take a look at what was included. I was just talking about how each individual layer is divided into a shard, with the featured plane or the featured god being a single color. So with Heliod, the focus is on Heliod, but we have red and green in Iroas and Karametra. So I would call this shard a Naya shard. So in this video, we're going to be referring to each of these individual bundles as shards. So Thassa is a Bant shard. We see Thassa, which is what the secret layer is about. You can see Thassa is the or Thassa, God of the Sea, is the focus here. That's what the main art is. And then we have Afara and Krufix. Moving on to Erebos, we can see Erebos is an Esper shard. The focus, again, being on Erebos, black. And then we have Esper colors in blue and white. We can see Purphoros is a Grixis shard. And we can see Nylea is Jund with Xenagos and Pharika. Okay, Jake, I know all of this. You just broke this down for me. I know that these are a shard, so what does this have to do with which stained glass planeswalkers are included? This kind of just looks like a random pile of planeswalkers. Well, in a way it does, because Sorin and Kaya are similar colors, but let's break down really quick which planeswalkers are shown here. We see Narset, Parter of Veils. This is mono blue. We see Kaya, which is a hybrid white-black. planeswalker. It's uncommon. So we have 2 uncommons so far, which is Narset and Kaya. After that, we have Arlen, which is additionally another uncommon. After that, we have Ral, which is not a hybrid card like Kaya, but it is a multicolored card. It is red-blue, and then followed by Sorin, which is black-white, also a multicolored card. So we have 3 uncommons, and we have 2 rares. And that's when my notes came into play. That's when I started writing things down. You know what? I'll put a screenshot of my notes up on the screen later. It looks like a bunch of scribbling, but if you want to pause it and look at it, you can do that. But essentially what I came down to is this. And again, this could just be a theory. This could be complete BS. I could have just done all this work for nothing. I think there was a little bit of merit to it, and I wanted to get this information out to you so that you could, I don't know, speculate. So what can we see about these 5 cards? So Narset is mono blue. Most likely Narset would be in the Thassa Secret Lair. And the reason Narset is most likely in the Thassa Secret Lair is because Thassa is mono blue, Narset is blue. That makes a lot of sense. The next card we're going to talk about is Arlen, because like Narset, it's mono green, so it makes the most sense that Arlen would be in Nylea. After that, we have Ral, which clearly would come out of the Purphoros set, seeing that Ral is red-blue multicolored, and it makes the most sense that it would come out of the Grixis shard of this Secret Lair series. After that, we have Sorin, which is white-black, like Kaya, which is also white-black. But here's where the difference is. I see that Kaya is a hybrid planeswalker. Also, of these 5 cards, the 2 new cards are Kaya and Narset. By staying true to our line of thinking, it makes the most sense that, like Ral, Sorin would be in the Esper colors, or the Erebos Secret Lair, which leaves Kaya, a white-black uncommon planeswalker that's also new. The only Secret Lair that we haven't talked about yet is Heliod, which is Naya colors. Well, this is where I think the curveball comes in. I think because Kaya being a hybrid shares a color with the main color, meaning Heliod. Kaya is white like Heliod is white. I am hypothesizing that Kaya came out of Heliod, despite the fact that there's black in the casting cost. It is notable that in previous Secret Lairs, there has always been a theme. The Planeswalkers are not simply random. They are random within the lair, but there is a specific pool of cards that was chosen based on a theme around the Secret Lair. With Kaleidoscope Killers, it was Planeswalkers that are multicolored. With Bitter Blossom Dreams, the Planeswalker included would have a lifelink effect to counteract the life lost from Bitter Blossom. Serum Visions, I remember, had blue cards. That's where you got Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, and Ashiok. Secret Lair Year of the Rat was an acronym, RATS, Ral, Arlen, Teo, Sarkhan. OMG Kitties had Ajani. With that line of thinking, we have 3 Planeswalkers here that we see that are repeats. Sorin, Ral, Arlen. We have 2 Planeswalkers that are new, Kaya and Narset. They're both uncommon. We have 3 uncommons here. We have 2 rares. So mainly my theory is this. Each individual layer is going to have a pool of 4 cards. 2 of them are going to be a rare and an uncommon that are both monocolor, that relate to the god that the layer is built around. 1 card will be a multicolored rare card that relates to the shard, so 2 colors that make sense within the shard. And the final card will be a hybrid card that shares at least 1 main color with the god that the set is built around. Fun fact, if you didn't know this, every single hybrid planeswalker in War of the Spark is uncommon. So I know all of this is kind of confusing, but if you bear with me, I'm going to show you my notes and we're going to talk through this. So really quick, before we go over and we look at each layer individually and I show you what cards I think are going to be in it, I do want to say this really fast. I do not think that Karn or Ugin are going to appear in this. So moving on, over to Erebos. What do we know about Erebos? We just talked about what we think. So what we believe is that within Erebos, there is going to be a rare or mythic that is black, an uncommon that is black, a multicolored card that makes sense within the shard, meaning it could be, black-white, it could be blue-white, and then a hybrid card that shares at least 1 color with Erebos. So a hybrid card that has black in it, but could randomly have red as well. So I took every single Planeswalker that exists in War of the Spark, and I divided them based on what makes sense. And so I do think that Erebos is going to have a new card that we haven't seen in the stained glass variant, and I do believe it's going to be Liliana. So Liliana is mono black, we know that. And I also believe that we are either going to see Davriel or Obnixilis. I know that these are also both new, but after breaking apart all of the different colors of these Planeswalkers, it only makes sense that one of these is in the uncommon slot, as these are the only two mono black uncommon Planeswalkers that exist in War of the Spark. Now, I just talked about how Sorin has already been printed in the past, and we see from Chris Kavartek's tweet that Sorin is confirmed, and I believe that Sorin comes out of this layer as well. And then rounding out our hybrid slot, I believe it's going to be Angrath. Angrath has seen a printing in the past, but I think it's going to show up here again in Erebos. Moving on from Erebos, let's talk about Purphoros for a second. We saw in the Chris Kavartek tweet that Ral was in his pool. This is going to be the multicolored card that makes sense. So we believe that in Purphoros, we're going to see Ral as the multicolored rare. We're going to see Chandra. I do not think this is going to have Sarkhan. We're going to see Chandra, and that's going to be the new Planeswalker that we haven't seen yet that comes out of this layer. Chandra has not been printed in the past in the stained glass variant, so this will probably be her debut. In the uncommon slot, I believe it's either going to be Jaya or Tybalt. And then in the hybrid slot, we're going to see a white red card with Nahiri. Nahiri has been printed in the past, but I think it's going to show up here again in Purphoros. Now, I know this is me being hopeful because I bought 8 Thassa Secret Lairs, but I do think that Thassa, in addition to having 2 very powerful gods that come in this Secret Lair, is actually going to have a very stacked slot as far as Planeswalker possibilities go from War of the Spark in the stained glass variant. I believe that Thassa is going to have Narset, which is confirmed by the tweet. I also think that this set is going to have Jace, because we know that Narset is an uncommon. I also think we're going to see Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, show up as the mono blue rare. And then the multicolored rare, I actually think is going to be Teferi, because it doesn't make sense that Sorin would have come out of this. It makes the most sense that Sorin would have come out of Erebos. And that leaves the final slot, the hybrid slot, in this, I believe, is going to be Ashiok, a little blue-black hybrid action. The next layer we're going to talk about is Heliod. So, based on our theory, we believe that Kaya, being a new uncommon that we haven't seen before in the stained glass variant, we believe that that is going to be the hybrid slot in this. And so, our mythic, or rare, in mono white is going to be Gideon, which makes the most sense. And then Teo, or the Wanderer, will be the uncommon. That is also going to be a reprint, and Ajani. Ajani just makes the most sense. It has been reprinted into the ground, but within this shard, green-white, Ajani is probably going to be the multicolored rare. And then finally, Nylea, which I think is going to be pretty spicy in the stained glass slot as well. And again, these are all guesses, but they are educated guesses. This is me sitting down for a couple hours, kind of like plugging things around, being like, does this make sense here? Does this make sense here? And in this, I believe that we are going to see, we did see that Arlen is in the tweet, so it makes sense that Arlen is going to be the mono green uncommon in this set. Domri will be our rare multicolored stained glass walker. Our hybrid will be Watley, and then the new card, the mono green rare stained glass new card, I believe is going to be either Vivian or Nissa. Nissa in that stained glass, as dominant as it has been in standard and in other formats, is probably going to be coveted. So again, these are all guesses, but with some thought behind them. What do you think of these ideas? Do you think that this is reasonable, or do you think I did a whole bunch of work for nothing? Let me know in the comments. If the tweet didn't make sense, if I wasn't able to place each of these cards individually in their own layer with some kind of merit and some kind of theory behind it, I would have never done this. So I do think that as much as these could just look like a random stack of cards, I actually think that there is some sort of method to the madness. I'm really excited to see in the next few days. A lot of people are going to be opening their Secret Lair products. I am going to be opening 7 Secret Lair Thassas on the channel. Make sure you're subbed. Make sure you look out for that video because it's going to be super fun. We're going to see if I was right. Is Narset, is Teferi, is Jace, is Ashiok in these Thassas? We're going to find out here on the channel. Or if I just threw a bunch of money into the wind. We know that Thassa and Kruphix have money assigned to them by themselves, and we know that these stained glass planeswalkers have a lot of monetary value that come with them. So we're going to see how we do. We're going to see if we can make our money back. Did you buy into Secret Lair Theros Stargazing? Let me know. I want to know what you bought. I want to know what your theory was behind it. Are you keeping the cards? Are you flipping the cards? I know that this is a crazy market with Magic the Gathering, and we cover a lot of MTG finance here. And it's just because that's what a lot of people in this community care about. If you're savvy and you're not attached to your cardboard, you can move it at the right time and you can put your money into other cards that may be appreciating in value. Secret Lair Theros Stargazing is in the books. We've got another video coming out where I'm going to open those 7 Thassa Secret Lairs. Other than that, if you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon. We do giveaways, exclusive content. And you know what? Until next time, I'll catch you later.